Grant Stevens doing a little work on the mound as he gets set to start the fourth inning. It'll be Milner, Parentoni, Hansen, 4, 5, and 6 in the Yale lineup. Milner is 0 for 1. The freshman fly to right. Evans, the third baseman, even with the bag. First pitch misses low and away, and it is 1-0. Up the middle. Behind the bag. Nice play by Miller. 4-3 on the putout. One gone. That'll bring up Barantoni. That was on the outfield grass that Miller threw him out from. This Yale program was founded in 1864, and many consider what Yale played St. John's in the most memorable college baseball game ever. It took place in 1981. So I said it was against St. John, and the winner earned an automatic bid into the NCAA tournament. And before they were big league stars, Frank Viola was on the mound for St. John's, and Ron Darling was on the hill for Yale. Here's the 0-1. Fouled away, 0-2. Darling at that time was a two-time All-American with a record of 9-3, had 89 strikeouts in just 93 innings. And he was projected by many as the number one pick in the Major League Baseball draft, which was just barely a month away. And the dirt wouldn't go fishing for it, 1-2. And then you had Frank Viola, who had just turned 21. And the New York Rays lefty, he was 9-0 with an ERA of 1. And he was generating a lot of MLB buzz as well. Down on strikes, second time Pirantoni has struck out. Fourth strikeout of the game for Stevens, and that'll bring up Davis Hansen. Take a look at the replay. Nasty looking breaking ball. Getting back to that game, there was probably about 50 scouts on hand for it, and about 2,500 spectators in attendance on that late day in May. And St. John's won the game 1-0 in 12 innings, and when you hear that score, you're probably thinking, what a boring contest, but anything far from it. Evans, and he's going to boot that one for an error. I don't know if he took his eye off it, but he had plenty of time. In E5. First error of the game. Defense continues to be an issue for the Tigers. They're 24th overall. Elliot Kribbe, the pitching coach, is going to come on. See Grant Stevens not very happy. Spikes that rosin bag on the mound. Evans, that's his fourth error committed through the first 14-plus games. Getting back to that game between Yale and St. John's. I mean, those two pitchers were outstanding. They did not disappoint. I mean, listen to these stat lines. Ron Darling pitched 12 innings, gave up 1 hit, 1 run. He walked 5. He struck out 16. He threw 190 pitches. He had a no-hitter through 11 innings. Frank Viola, he matched him. 11 innings, 7 hits, no runs. He walked 4, struck out 8. He threw over 160 pitches. Those are kind of numbers you just don't see anymore.
Now batting third baseman, number 1, Carson Swank.
Carson Swank, 0 for 1, struck out in the second. With all these analytics and teams not wanting to let their starting pitchers go through the lineup for the third time or bullpen by committee type games, you will just not see those type of numbers any longer at any level of baseball. Throw over. Hansen's been aboard twice now. He has singled and then reached on the air. Pacific, 2 runs, 3 hits, and an error. Yale has a run on 4 hits, no errors. Once again, throwing over. Diving back in safely this time is Hansen. Pitch taken outside for a ball to Swank, and it is 1-0. You compare that history to Pacific, and they're one of the founding members of the West Coast Conference. When it was founded in 1952, it was originally called the California Basketball Association, and later became the West Coast Athletic Conference. 1-0. 2-0. In 1969, the Pacific football team became a charter member of the Pacific Coast Athletic Association, which is now known as the Big West Conference. And then the rest of the sports moved to the PCAA in 1971, and the Tigers remained in the Big West until coming back home to the West Coast Conference in 2013. Hit well into left. Graves' side is retired. No runs, no hits, one error. One runner left aboard. Played 3.5. Tigers leading it by a run here in Stockton, California.
Yale scores no runs on no hits, one error.